So this is 2020 IUPUI Energy Challenge webinar. So let's kind of get started. So for the introduction, so about me, I'm Jonathan Lewis. I am a third-year student at IUPUI and O'Neill, studying Sustainability Management and Policy. I'm also the energy intern with IUPUI's Office of Sustainability. A little bit of fun fact about me, actually, which kind of makes the circle go around. My freshman year, I was living at Tower, one of the participants in the Energy Challenge, and actually I helped the previous energy intern help with the first ever Energy Challenge at IUPUI, which is quite fun now that I'm here leading it on. So in this webinar, we're going to be going over some of the basics about the Energy Challenge, what it is, what buildings are going to be participating, when it's going on, along with some additional details about some activities and some energy saving tips that you can use in your own life when it comes to both saving energy for yourself, for a building in order to win, or just in general if you want to help save the planet. So with that, let's get started with what is the IUPUI Energy Challenge. So the IUPUI Energy Challenge is an annual competition between buildings at IUPUI to see which building can reduce its energy the most. This challenge dares students, faculty, and staff to really reduce their energy use through behavior changes to their normal routines, whether you're on campus or off campus, actually. This was, as I mentioned, started in 2018 and has been student-led since then at IUPUI. And it actually originated at IU Bloomington's campus, but through an IUPUI greening grant, we were actually able to bring it over here and start our own. So that's quite nice. Bloomington has theirs go all throughout their campus, and that's ultimately our, as IUPUI's goal, to spread the energy challenge to all IUPUI buildings. However, and you didn't hear this from me, IU Bloomington's energy challenge isn't going on this year. So if your building does win, you actually could say that your building is the most energy saving, energy challenge winning building of all IU buildings throughout the, IU campus courses. Now let's go over some of the basics. The 2020 Energy Challenge will be from Monday, October 26th to Friday, November 6th, 2 weeks. It will feature University Tower, which is the defending champion as it won it in the past last year, versus North Hall, which has yet to win the Energy Challenge, but I'm looking forward to seeing if they can pull one through. I'm sure they can. I believe in you guys. So everyone at IUPUI, though, can participate, whether you live on campus or off campus, which is really quite nice. So we have quite a lot of activities for you guys as well. Now, because of the pandemic, we did have to reduce the Energy Challenge from its normal 3 weeks to 2 weeks. Additionally, we decided to focus more on residence halls and off-campus engagement for this year's. Who knows, maybe some things will stay along the same way next year. Now, how can I participate if I don't live, study, or work on campus? Well, it's simple. You can reduce your energy use wherever you are. Overall, that's the simplest thing you can do. But then also we have some activities. So we actually have, for the first time, the Energy Challenge 2020 giveaway raffle, and it will award 5 lucky winners with $15 gift cards. All you have to do is participate in one of our many activities to receive 1 entry for a chance to win. All you have to do, though, is 1 activity in order to receive entry. That means if you do more activities, you can receive more entries, increasing your chances of winning. It's quite nice, and I'll be actually going over that in the next slide. You can also follow us on social media for engagement opportunities at IUPUI Sustain. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Be sure to check us out. So let's go into the Energy Challenge 2020 giveaway. So there are a couple of different activities you can do. First, you can sign the energy reduction pledge on our website at go.iupui.edu/energy challenge. All you have to do is go there and you'll be entered to win. You can also share our social media posts that will be announcing the start of the challenge on Monday, October 26th. Share it to your friends, family, and even your dog on your social media. Be sure to tag us in it. For those of you with a private social media account, I recommend screenshot a picture of you sharing it and then send it to us. So that way then you can still be counted. Additionally, you can participate in the energy saving tip of the day and have up to 10 entries in this using the hashtag EC2020 giveaway. Now, what is the energy saving tip of the day? Well, it's simple. So each weekday, 10 days, we're going to be sending out a post about a different energy saving tip that you can do to help save energy. And we want to see you do this. We want to see you reducing energy and saving energy. So post a picture of yourself following this energy saving tip of the day the same day that we post it using the hashtag EC2020 giveaway, and you'll be entered for a chance to win in the raffle. For those of you, once again, with the private accounts, I recommend sending us the picture to our social media with the hashtag EC2020 giveaway for a chance to be counted. Now, remember, up to 10 entries only, though. So, what happens to the winning building, though? Well, there are a couple things. First off, you get publicly recognized for your achievement. This is quite nice. And then you also get and receive a socially distant celebration party. I don't know if you can see in the picture there, but actually, that is me at last year's One for Tower with another one of our interns, Lauren, having a good time and celebrating. It's quite fun, actually. So it'll be interesting to see that and for which building is next. Now, speaking of Energy Challenge banners, though, as you can see there, you'll get your building name listed on the Energy Challenge banner, which hangs in the campus center. If you want to go check it out after this webinar, all you have to do is head up to the 4th floor of the campus center, take the stairs, not the escalators, to save energy, and you'll be able to see it. Who knows? It's up to you on whether or not Tower or North has their name put up on there. You also get bragging rights for the whole year, which can be quite nice because you get to brag to the rest of the buildings who's better, Tower or North. It's up to you guys on that. Where can I go, though, to check the progress of my building? Simple. Just visit our website, go.iupui.edu/energychallenge, for a live dashboard that will be updated every day using kilowatt hours energy in order to measure and calculate these overall ratings for the buildings. You can also follow us on social media for bi-weekly updates regarding this Energy Challenge competition. With that, what can I do to help my building win? Well, you can reduce your overall energy use, and you can keep watching to find out some great energy saving tips that you can use to, once again, reduce your overall energy use. Now, let's get started. Some energy saving tips. My first one, and one of my favorites, is unplug unused electronics. So even when something is turned off, if it's still unplugged, if it's still plugged in, it will still use energy, or at least most of them. A good way to check is, for example, with TVs. If they have a red light shining to show that it's turned off, it's still using energy. Or with a microwave, for example, which shows the time, yeah, that's still using energy. A good rule of thumb that I usually use is if it's plugged in and I'm not using it, just unplug it anyways in the first place. So examples of devices like these: chargers, coffee makers, lamps, game consoles. I was actually surprised by game consoles, but they use it quite a lot. TVs and microwaves. But if you don't want to unplug all that stuff, manually, I recommend using a power strip. That's actually what I'm using to currently charge my laptop as I speak to you guys right now. It's quite nice, and I'm getting used to it quite a bit. All it takes, unplugging that rather than 5 things, or flipping the switch on your power strip. Now, you can also take the stairs. Not only is it healthy, gets you exercise, but also taking the stairs overall reduces the amount of energy that would have been used if you took the elevator. An average elevator uses about 500 kilowatts of energy to get up 5 flights of stairs. What gets me up 5 flights of stairs is knowing that I'm on the ground level and my apartment is on the 5th floor. And I'm tired, so I want to get back to bed. So that's kind of what gets me up there. It's not only, I don't know, it's just quite great. That's also what I use. But you can also switch your bulbs to LEDs. So LED light bulbs are 66% more sustainable than incandescent light bulbs. They save 66% more energy, which is quite nice, even though they might be a little bit more costly. In the end, and in the long run, they're going to save you a lot more. You can also turn off unneeded lights, though. So, for example, as you're seeing me right now, I'm actually using my window rather than any artificial or lights at all. All it takes is that. And plus, these are really actually proven to improve productivity, mood, and overall well-being for people using natural lights. Now, additionally, you're going to want to kind of go by a rule when it comes to lights. So if you're going to leave a room and you're going to be gone for more than 10 minutes, I highly recommend turning off the lights before you leave. Let's consider this, though, with LED lights together. So an incandescent light bulb uses 60 watts. An LED light bulb uses about 15 watts. And turning off the lights uses 0 watts. So if you are gone from home for about 8 hours at work, at school, wherever you go, and you leave the lights on, you're using quite a bit of energy if you're using incandescent light bulbs. LEDs, they save a lot more, but they still are using quite a bit. And if you turned off the lights, you have saved all that energy that you would have wasted on all that. It's racks up quite a bit, quite a bit. Next, you want to make sure that you wash your clothes with cold water. Now, I've had a couple of people ask me, why should I wash my clothes with cold water? Why can't I use hot water? Why does it relate to energy? Well, you see, it takes energy to heat up the water to the right temperature that you need or want for your clothes or your water in general. That's why I recommend washing your clothes with cold water. That way then you save that energy and it helps out. Actually takes washers 90% of energy in order to use hot water. Same, right? Some extra tips though, only run the washer when you have a full load, and be sure to hang dry your clothes, so that way then you completely avoid the dryer. I'd also recommend that, for example, if you do have control over your water heater, I highly recommend that you go to there and just like flip the switch a little bit more to reduce the amount of heat that you use. I believe it says something about 200 degrees Fahrenheit for water heater temperatures. I don't know anyone that can withstand 200 degrees Fahrenheit water, but if you know someone, let me know. You can also take shorter showers. So I'm kind of going along with the water. It takes a lot of energy in order to heat up water. And I don't know, once again, I don't know anyone that could really deal with a cold shower. If you are, good for you. But using all that energy, you probably want to use less water and you want to save time. So try to use about a song-long shower. Not Bohemian Rhapsody though. We all know that's a long song, 6-7 minutes. No. Do like a 3-4 minute song. Or rather, just take a shower as long as you need to, but try to reduce your use of the shower as much as possible. So that way then, you still get out clean, but you're not using it forever just staring at a wall or something. Because we're all shower different, Someone can get out of the shower, 2 minutes, boom, bam, there you go. Another person might take 10 minutes. So just try your best with this. Additionally, you can adjust your thermostat. So the big thing is to adjust your thermostat to the point where it matches or is as close to the heat outside, or rather the temperature outside. So in the summer, for example, you want to set your AC to 78 degrees and raise it when you're leaving. In the winter, you'd want to set your heating to 68 degrees while you're awake and lower it when you're gone to sleep. So that then it matches, or tries to match at least, as close as it can, the weather outside. Now, actually, my boss was, questioning this as I went over. She's like, hey, are you sure 78 degrees is right for summer? And I looked at it, I'm like, oh yeah, I wonder that too. But I assure you, it is actually 78 degrees. And you'd want to go with the dad rule here, or what I'll call the dad rule, which is, let's say it's summer and you're wearing a long sleeve shirt and jeans. If you're getting hot, maybe take off that and maybe put on a short sleeve shirt and shorts. That way then you don't have to go adjust the thermostat. If it's cold and it's winter and you're wearing shorts and short sleeves, bundle up, put on some jeans, long sleeve pants, sweatpants, put on a shirt, sweatpants, sweatshirt. Regardless, try to go by kind of the dad rule and see what you can do. I mean, does that window have to be open, or does that window have to be closed? Try to go with this. And for those of you that have more access and more control over your thermostats, I recommend getting a smart thermostat. These devices usually look at your temperature usings and try to match your behavior. So when you're gone, they reduce the overall thermostat so then it matches outside, saves you energy and money. But then also, they make sure that you're comfortable when you're home. These guys are really smart. You can also switch to a low flow shower head. So you barely even notice the difference with these, but they save about 2.5 gallons of water more than most average shower heads. They're quite nice, and as I said, saves all that water. Going along with the water, and to one of our last tips, try to wash dishes in the dishwasher. If your dishwasher is 10 years older, I recommend using hand washing. But if your dishwasher is 10 years or younger, use the dishwasher in order to get all that dirt and grime off. This helps reduce the overall amount of water and energy you use, rather than having the faucet continuously running while you wash dishes. Some extra tips, as were mentioned with the laundry. Only run the dishwasher when you have a full load, and maybe even dry your dishes by hand. But if you don't have a washing machine with you, dishwasher, all you have to do is use a sink. So I recommend turning on the faucet, getting the water in the sink, turning it off, plugging up the sink, and then using that water in order to dry and wash your dishes. It's an easy, simple way to save energy. That leads us to our final thoughts and our conclusion. So overall, remember, the IUPUI Energy Challenge starts this Monday. You can save energy wherever you are, from campus or home or wherever you go. You can also follow us on social media for energy saving tips, updates, and activities. Be sure to be on the lookout for the energy saving tips of the day. They'll be coming out soon during the energy challenge. And with that, we'll move on to questions. So we also have my contact information for IU and the Office of Sustainability contact information, both email, website, and our social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So does anyone have any questions? If so, you can just unmute.
Hey, Jonathan.
Yes?
Looks as though there's a question in the chat box.
I do see that.
About how much energy has been saved from prior years.
So I actually do not know that number. However, I am pretty sure it is, I believe we saved about 2,000, at least 2,000 kilowatt hours of energy. But I am totally ballparking and guessing here. I can look that up for you right now if you so desire. But yeah, sorry, I don't have that information for you. Let's see, I can find it. Yeah, we saved about, last year, we saved about 14,548 kilowatt hours of energy. And that's last year alone. So we'd save a heck of a lot more this year, I feel like. Any other questions?
Hey, Jonathan, I would love to know, what are you most looking forward to for the energy challenge this year?
I'm most looking forward to seeing all the activity and engagement that we can get from fellow students, staff, and faculty during our energy challenge tip of the day posts. I feel like we can get quite a lot of people to show us how they save energy at home. And I want to see that. I'm also looking forward to seeing which building wins. I'm not saying I have bets on it. I'm just saying I'm looking forward to seeing which building wins.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So because of COVID-19, there will probably be different measurements of energy use last year versus this year. So what are you comparing their current energy use against? What is your baseline?
So our current baseline will actually be using this year's own energy data. So because of this year being so different with less residents in the residence halls than in previous years, it was decided that it'd be best to use current data, so previous 2 weeks, to actually calculate this baseline. So what we'll be doing is we'll be looking at weeks when it was kind of colder rather than all that huge heat wave that we had for a couple weeks, and gain energy data from that to use as our baseline. Does that help answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
I got another question. How can we engage in the energy challenge if we do not live on campus?
Yes, so you might have missed this, Amber, actually, but so there are a couple ways you can engage living off campus. So one of the things is simple. All you have to do is reduce your energy use wherever you are, as I've gone over countless times. That's all it takes. But then also we have our activities. So for example, the Energy Challenge 2020 raffle giveaway. All you have to do is either sign up for our Energy Challenge reduction pledge, or here, actually, I'll go to the slideshow itself. So all you have to do is enter in one of our activities and you'll be entered in to win a $15 gift card. You can also follow us on social media for our engagement opportunities, as you can see at IUPUI Sustain. But then there are the activities for the Energy Challenge giveaway. So signing our reduction pledge at go.iupui.edu/energy challenge, sharing our social media post announcing the start of the challenge on Monday, October 26th. So be sure to look out for that. and participate in our energy saving tip of the day by taking a picture of yourself doing the energy saving tip of the day and posting that with the hashtag EC2020 giveaway. All it takes is doing that, and you can really participate in this.
And when will we know who the winners are of the gift cards?
You will know the way. So first of all, have to go through and calculate all that. But we'll send out the winners of the gift cards. We'll reach out to these winners probably about a week or so after the energy challenge ends. Any other questions, comments? Feel free to also drop them in the chat box if you need one. Well, if not, if that's all the questions that you all have, that'll probably be it. So thank you all for coming.
Thanks for the energy tips, Jonathan. This was really informative.
No problem. Thank you for coming, Amber.